Tonight, we're gonna get one of my favorite scenes there. Anyways, Mad Men. Welcome back to the channel of Terabyt Reacts. We are here once again with some more Mad Men. It's been a couple of weeks since I watched the show. Sorry I didn't get any episodes out last week. So I really do. Why am I apologizing? This is Patreon. It's only for Patreon. The apology should be for Patreon because they didn't get the episode. Like, I don't know when you guys are gonna see this on YouTube, to be honest. We'll see if I decide to do this right after Prison Break is done, but we'll see. We'll see. Anyways, guys, Mad Men, one of my favorite shows to watch right now, even though I'm only 2 episodes in. I've enjoyed the 2 first episodes. Second episode, pretty cool. These episodes are long, so they're 1-hour episodes. But so far, the role that they're playing, everything that I've seen so far is very exciting. Well, not exciting is not the word. The writing is good so far. If this show is about advertising, which I think it is, I really came into this with the wrong idea. Being a show that's been suggested so much coming off of a show like The Sopranos, like, you would think that this is in the same line as The Sopranos, but I'm 2 episodes in, so I don't know. If this is about advertising, it's about advertising. You know what I'm saying? One of my favorite actresses is in this, so I don't know if she was there for just 1 episode or is she coming back. I don't know. But of course, we have the cheating husband. You know, as always, it's like a staple in everything you watch American these days. It's so crazy to me. I don't want to get into propaganda, you know what I'm saying, but it kind of just seems, it's so weird how they portray fathers in TV shows and movies in America. It's just it's almost never good, you know what I'm saying. More often than not, there's always a cheating husband, there's always there's bad fathers and stuff like that. Especially for the newer stuff, you know what I mean, for the newer stuff, or, you know, not so much in the older stuff, but for the newer stuff, it just always seems like that's what it is. But that's just my observation. Maybe you guys think differently, but whatever it is. Anyways, guys, we're gonna jump into the next episode 3. Let's get it.
It's the honeymoon, kid. Here comes Romeo without his roe, like a dried herring.
Do I seem different?
You do look depleted, Humps.
The wedding was great. How was the rest of it?
Gentlemen never discuss this.
We're talking about you here. The man who told us to coach that girl from 21 had tangerine panties.
Something happened in the ceremony. It's when he said that thing about being new baptized. I just felt this calm come over me.
So what you're saying is a lot of missionary?
He's back. Good morning.
Congratulations. Welcome back.
Thanks,
This man's screwing everybody in the office.
I guess people missed you.
Welcome back, Mr. Campbell.
Hildy?
Mr. Romano, Mr. Kinsey, and Mr. Crane are here for your meeting.
Do you need a minute?
You need a minute? You must. You keep moving this C-Corps laxative discussion. Let me remind you, safe and reliable would make me doze off if I wasn't so blighted by the scourge of constipation.
Well, what can I say? I'm blocked. Told you he wouldn't think that was funny.
I'm back
Nah.
now.
I see that.
So? I should be on the list for the meeting?
Oh, I didn't know when you were coming back. They're all in there already. You can go in.
When I came over that night, you know, before,
I was there.
you know, I'm married now.
What's your point?
I know.
So,
Yeah,
Pete. I understand. It never happened. You want me to buzz you in?
come
good to
up
be
with
back,
the
Jacob.
right thing
I
that
missed
will
you.
appeal to
It must
the
not have been much of a honeymoon.
masses. It's a brainstorm for sure.
Sorry, welcome back. How's married life?
It's pretty swell. Hey, maybe one of these nights we could get dinner together with the wives.
Maybe we can.
Since I have something of yours. Lady Chatterley's Lover, I finished it last night.
Good to the last drop, right?
I can see why it got banned.
You don't have to be so shy about it. It's literature.
Have you read this, Peggy?
I don't think that's a good idea. There's, this word in it a lot. I know the word, Joan.
Well, it's sad, really. Because even with its reputation, men won't read it. And they really should.
I don't care if it's 500 years old. It's another testimony to how most people think marriage is a joke.
Hold on a second.
Up a lot of
It's actually it was actually banned. There's some chapters of it that was actually banned, bruh. This is some real shit.
He's married, and she's married. The desperate passion of the forbidden.
Can I borrow it? She's making it sound better than it is. There's a few good parts, that's all.
Oh.
And the book just opens to those pages by itself.
Mr. Draper, pleased to see you didn't disappear the minute you cashed my check.
We appreciate your business.
Kenny, of course you know. Harry Crane Media.
For some reason I
And
feel
Mr.
like
George
he's gonna
Pelham
end
over
up
here,
sleeping
who
with
is
this
from
woman.
research and who has more degrees than a Russian protractor.
Our primary focus was Sachs, Henry Bendel, and Bonwit Teller. Our research uncovered a variety of options they utilize to attract your desired customers. One thing these stores have in common is a comfortable shopping environment, spacious,
Why does this
open sales floors,
cuff
and almost
keep falling
conspicuous
off?
lack of clutter. This less is more philosophy is also evident in the window displays. For example, only one sweater to a window, as opposed to windows stuffed with merchandise.
Bendel's takes the heads off theirs so the shopper can imagine them to be anyone.
Anyone without a head.
Along with these cosmetic changes, you'll also need to provide what we call boutique
Ooh, that
extras.
chemistry. You know,
Personal
one of
shopping
the things though, like it's so weird because it's like listen, I'm gonna say this to you guys, 'cause you guys don't know. It's such a sense of control that humans have to not just pounce on everything we see, especially men. It's such a sense of self-control, and people think that it's easy to stay faithful. Like, oh, you just be faithful. No, it's a conscious choice that you got to make to be faithful, right? And to not entertain anything outside of your relationship. It's a choice that you have to make. You know what I'm saying? And you got to fight it. It's just practicing self-control to not just hump everything you see or want to hump everything that you see or anything that comes up to you or whatever. They're flirting right now. They're flirting, and it might seem innocent, but stuff like that could lead to stuff. You get what I'm saying? So you have to exercise control. As I said, there's obvious chemistry between these two, and I'm not an advocate for stepping outside of your marriage. I don't like it. Obvious. I don't like it from the type of person that he is. But boy, let me tell you.
Private fashion shows, designer collections.
This is comprehensive.
It's the lay of the land.
Just from holding it, I feel more informed about my competitors than ever. Yet my store already has a personal shopping service and designer collections. Which makes me wonder if you were so focused on my competitors that you failed to visit my store.
I've been away on my honeymoon.
I've been there a few times.
Whole place. None of them actually went. Liars.
Miss Macon, I can assure you that no one at this table has ever been to your store. A wrong I will personally correct this afternoon.
I'll walk you out.
She's
I've
on
got it.
Fifth Avenue? Jesus, man. How is she not getting business? Is it because Tiffany's and all of them moving in? Chanel? It's so well known in New York. It's you know what I'm saying? Like, it's so well known. Like, and nothing over there is cheap, but mind you. You know what I'm saying? It's like right smack in the middle of Manhattan is crazy.
You're married now, right? I'm a part of that club too. 2 very happy years. But when I'm out in the world, I don't know. I don't do it much. I'm not good at it. The flirting, the double entendres.
You mean something on the side?
Enjoying the company of women in the limited way a married man can. That's all we have, really.
Still a slippery slope,
Yeah,
though.
Can't speak for everyone, but it's plenty for me.
What he means is that he still enjoys the company of women, not necessarily to do anything further, like, you know what I'm saying, going as far as to kiss and whatever. This is just my interpretation of what he just said. Basically, he likes to look at it. Maybe, you know what I'm saying, have him sit beside him and have a good conversation, maybe. And never going any further than that, because it's, you know, still a limited way that you can way. But as I said, it's still a slippery slope. You know what I'm saying? I think a lot of times when you put yourself in a position to lose, you will lose if you continue to do it. Sometimes it's a one-time thing or whatever. It's kind of like with drugs, right? If you allow yourself to do it one time, there's a possibility, a huge possibility, that you might end up being addicted to this stuff, right? So you just have to just not try it. You get what I'm saying? So, of course, I've been in situations where women are flirting with me. Of course, I've put myself in situations where women has flirted with me in those situations when I never expected it. But at the same time, what always happens is that because I've just learned to exercise self-control, it never goes further than it needs to go. Or I will stop them, probably take their hand off my leg or something like that, and have a conversation with them. Or I move, you know, or I just leave. Because, you know, temptation is a hell of a thing. And if you play around with it, you will end up succumbing to it. So you don't want to do that.
Well, it is crowded, but that might have something to do with the sale, which means that if we're successful, you're going to lose the customers you have in order to get the customers you want.
I was going to start with raising prices. Can you imagine what my father said?
Well, you do have to give them something for their higher dollar count. It's just awfully hard to define what that is.
We're known for our service.
That's gotta be.
I know to the way how I talk sometimes.
Like
Does this really? Well, not really, because.
Well, that might explain the lack.
Why is she sleeping?
You know, it's a shame we're gonna have to lop their heads off. It'll ruin your favorite part of the store.
It's not my favorite part, actually.
The boss came in and you're fast asleep.
This is my favorite part of the store.
Oh, she has pet dogs?
These two are Carla and Leona. Not the originals, but third generation. And what
Really?
every generation of Mencken dogs shall be named until the end of time. I made my father's legal counsel add that to the store's bylaws when I was 9.
What is this? Don't try to convince me that you were ever unloved.
This chemistry was it's already there. You know what I'm saying? This man cheats on his wife with every woman he meets.
Listen.
I'm married.
Well, you couldn't help yourself.
I knew what I wanted. And the first time you stormed out of our office.
You stormed out of your office. I took you up here. That was stupid. I know you understand. I'd rather not have to explain this to anyone. The account stays. I just want someone else on it. What do you do? Just kiss women all the time? Women you don't know?
Of course not.
Well, then am I supposed to live some life running alongside yours? I have some checks to sign.
And his
There's
wife
bacon
is
and egg sandwich for you on the range.
she's doing all of that and she's beautiful. Why? No, man. You don't understand. You don't understand, okay? Like, dude, it's a choice, man. If you're having marital problems, go see a counselor. Go to therapy. Try all you can try before you step out. Oh, she's pregnant.
That man.
I know.
Like, no matter how beautiful a woman is, the minute she smokes, I completely just the turn off is ridiculous. Like, instantly.
I hate to start with a bunch of excuses, but the babysitter was late and I still haven't unpacked all the boxes, so this was the only paper I could find.
Don, you have to pick up the cake from High Top.
Oh, and this is Helen Bishop and Glenn. Nice to meet you all. Don, he goes with me. Let's see, I told you about the cake, and oh, can you take some movies this time?
Of everyone or just Chief Tiny Tim?
You bought that camera and you always forget.
Okay.
The doldrums. We're thinking about 7 days, 6 nights in Boca Raton, with mosquitoes as big as a silver dollar.
And believe me, those aren't the only giant noses you're gonna have to deal with. Francine.
Carlton and I went there on our honeymoon, and all I can say is we were outnumbered. It's uncomfortable. You want to be able to relax.
We went to Bermuda on our honeymoon.
What kind of racist piece of shit?
Where did you go?
Why'd you go? I mean, naturally. If you go on vacation anywhere, you dumb idiot, you're gonna be outnumbered by the native people. What kind of stupid statement is that? I'm gonna be uncomfortable. You're just racist.
What a summer.
3 coins in the fountain.
It was right about that time.
You must have loved Paris. It's all walking.
What do you mean?
Just that I've seen you walking around the neighborhood.
I've seen you too. When I was driving, I think I waved. Where are you going when you do that?
No place.
I just like to walk. What's the problem that I like to walk?
It's Helen, right? I know your situation.
Where do I know her from, man? I'm trying to place her. I know this face, man. Abby in Scandal. That's where I know her from, man. She played Abby in Scandal.
I have a baby too.
You can act strong, but I just want to volunteer. If you ever need someone to throw the ball around with them some Sunday, take them to the beach.
That would be nice. Then one night you drop us off at the house and walk me in with an umbrella. The kids would go to sleep and we'd laugh about all the funny things that happened.
She's playing the scenario.
I don't mind telling Francine that I suggested something that I didn't.
Well, I'm sorry if I misunderstood.
Don't get caught in 100p, my guy. If you and your wife is out here busting it open, you know what I mean? If you and your wife is out here doing PDA at a kid's party, you know what I'm saying? The fire is hot, is all I'm saying. The fire is hot.
How about the Einstein thing? I wonder if old Albert swung his hips like that when he walked.
She probably got her hair tips from him too. Glenn is so quiet, not to mention wrinkled. Maybe she hasn't unpacked her iron either.
Jeez.
Christmas paper, please. She works. It has to be hard to run a house too.
Betty?
What?
Jeez, they can't have a conversation?
Don, will you please go to High Top and get the cake?
I mean, don't get me wrong. I don't know why she's skeptical. She has no clue. But at the same time, whoa.
Don't run in the house.
Did you just slap the kid across the face?
The kid knocked over a drink. You need to tell him this is not a jungle gym.
That's why you slap another person's kid in the face?
Mr. Fairley said.
I mean, back in the day, you had other people that disciplined other people's kids, but it was never... I never liked that. But...
The woman at the bakery said he picked up the cake almost an hour ago. Do you think he had an accident?
Let's go.
We haven't done birthday cake.
There's not gonna be a cake. Am I the only one that knows that? Don Draper, you are a first-class heel, and I salute you. Let's go. Swell party. Food was delicious.
You're worthless. You are worthless, bruh. This man really went somewhere, fell asleep, and now not even rushing home. He doesn't care, bruh. This man left in the middle of his daughter's birthday party to go get the cake and decided not to come back. Yo. It's so funny, it is. This man belongs in a trash basket. You're a terrible husband and father, but hey, kids are always gonna think that their parents are, because they don't understand the things that they do until they get a little bit older and see it for themselves. But kids that young are never going to see their dad as bad, no matter what they do, because they don't understand what they're doing and how it hurts them, unless they're just not present at all. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So this is interesting because this is very interesting because if this show, I don't think this show is gonna be about what do you call it? I don't think this show is, I don't think it's gonna be about the advertising. I think that's a factor that's going to be in the show. It's kind of like with The Sopranos, you had, oh, we're seeing what it's like, what a mob family is like, but also the whole mob issue, where then it's a part of the show, but really what the show is about, you know, it was about Tony Soprano's family. You know what I'm saying? His family, not even the MADMEN or the mob he was a part of, the Italian mob or whatever. This is just about his family, the Sopranos. You know what I'm saying? Himself, Tony Soprano, Carmela, you know what I'm saying? Tony Jr. and what's her name again? I can't even remember. Meadow, right? So it's one of those things where I think the show is gonna deal a lot with family. If that's a situation where you have a cheating husband, the wife's at home, and this is back in the day, so you're gonna hear, I believe that you're gonna see some racist shit in this. You're gonna hear some racist stuff, as we saw in this episode. You're gonna hear some stuff that really, just like in The Sopranos as well. You're gonna hear some racist stuff. You're gonna see some racist stuff. You're also gonna see some serious infidelity going on, men stepping out on their wives. We've already seen that, you know, having side pieces on that, and how that's going to affect them. You know, women that want to work, you have the housewives that, you know, don't like when women are single and all of this other stuff. That's how hen house kind of situations. But I kind of see where this is going or where it's heading, because if this was about something else, it would have already been revealed. So in my opinion of where this is going, there's a possibility that this is what we're in for. You know what I'm saying? But I could be wrong. They could still reveal something else. But I think it's going to deal with these families a lot more, of like the guys that are there at the advertisement agency, and, you know, Dawn at home. You know what I'm saying? And what she's going through, because she's fighting an illness. I think, I don't know, you know what I'm saying? She probably has arthritis or something of the sort, because her hands just get seized up and she can't really do anything. You know what I'm saying? She, like, her hands go numb and they can't figure out what's wrong with her. So it could be neurological, could be stress, it could be that as well. It could just be that you know, she's so worried when he leaves the house. And I think she has maybe an instinct of him cheating, but she doesn't know. You know, another thing that happened in the episode was he kissed the lady that he's doing the ad for her store and whatever. She didn't know that he was married and whatnot. you know, and I don't fault her because she didn't know, because he doesn't wear a ring. So it just kind of puts her in a terrible place, but she cut it off right away. I don't think it's over though. I don't think it's over between the two of them. I don't know. I've always wondered why. Wondered why, and I've always, you know, the poor excuses that I've heard over the years from friends, from family members. It's just terrible excuses on why, you know, why they cheat on their wives. And just talking from a male perspective, hearing men say why they cheat. You know what I'm saying? It's never because, oh, I got options. Because, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's never that. It's never, oh, I got options, so why should I have to just be with one woman? It's always something. It's always like, oh, she's withholding sex from me. That's still not a reason to cheat, in my opinion. It's not a reason to step out on your marriage. It's just not a reason for you to tell me that that's the reason. You know what I'm saying? I think it's still a poor excuse for stepping out on your marriage. You get what I'm saying? Or entertaining another woman in that way for sex. It's like, oh, having sex with another woman is not cheating. It's cheating. Stop with the foolishness. Stop listening to these guys out here that are telling you guys that you're exercising your options. Why should you limit yourself to one woman when you got money? It does not. No, it's cheating. You're just as bad as the woman that cheats on her husband. You're no better. You're just as bad. Okay? That narrative is, in my opinion, is not good for the nucleus family, even though they claim that they're helping. Okay? No, it's not. If you want to go into a relationship letting your woman know, hey, I'm going to have multiple women, that's a whole different story. You get what I'm saying? That's a whole different story than a woman who joins you thinking that they have you to themselves and you out here philandering and doing whatever you want to do. So it just doesn't work. But anyways, I digress. The point is, this show has piqued my interest a lot because this is going to let me get into that bag that I never really got into in Sopranos when I was watching The Sopranos, because we never really touch on the subject too much. But this will enable me to kind of see what these guys are doing, how they're moving, you know, how they get into it, how do the women get hurt, how do the men get hurt, whatever the situation is that happens in this. It's going to be interesting to see how they write that. So in any case, it's your boy Terabyt Reacts. I will see you guys for the next one, man. Peace.